Hi everyone. In this video we see about how the combustion reactions produces the fire and what is combustion reaction and what are the things present inside the fire. First of all must know that combustion reactions leads to the fire or combustion reactions produce fire. That is already we know that. But first of all I said that what is the combustion reactions? Let's see. Combustion reactions is the combustion reactions literally means burning or oxidation of the fuel. Like that, or we tell us that combustion reactions means the reaction of the fuel with the good oxidants. What are the good oxidants? Good oxidants means Cl2, O2 and F2. All must know, all already we know that the oxygen is the only element that leads to the combustion reactions. Because in all combustion reactions we use oxygen because they are present in the cheaper and abundantly present in the purest form in the atmosphere only. But also the other good oxidants, chlorine and fluorine also leads to the combustion reaction. For example, H2 plus Cl2 which leads to HCl. This reaction also leads to the release of the energy, that is exothermic energy, along with the heat and light, which is a characteristic of the combustion reaction, heat and light. That means this also leads to the combustion reactions. Next we see that we already know that all the combustion reactions are the exothermic. But you know that where does the exothermic energy comes from, or how the combustion reactions releases the energy from the reaction? Where does the energy comes or energy release? Now let us see. For example, in this video I take the example of the methane combustion, that is CH4 plus 2 oxygen and the release of the carbon dioxide and water molecules. I explained how the combustion reactions release exothermic energy in terms of bond energy. First of all, we see that what is bond energy. Bond energy means that is the amount of energy required to break that bond and to separate that bonded atoms. Or we also tell that while bond forming, that much of energy, that is bond energy, will be released while the two atoms are combined into a single bond. For example, if in this methane, if we want to break that CH bond, one CH bond, we have to give the 415 kilojoule of energy. In this oxygen molecule, we have to break the one double bond, we have to give 498 kilojoule of energy. Or in atmospheric, the two oxygen atoms are combined to form a bond. This 498 kilojoule of energy must be released into the atmosphere. That only in this way only the formation happens. In carbon dioxide molecule, the one double bond strength is 804 kilojoule of energy, and then in water molecule, the two OH bonds total strength is 927 kilojoule of energy. Now explain how the energy releases. For example, we take that methane molecule. If we want to separate this carbon atom, one carbon atom from the methane molecule, we have to break 4 CH bonds. That means we have to give the 4 into 415 kilojoule of energy to separate the carbon atom from the methane molecule. This means carbon is bonded in the methane molecule in a strength of approximately 4 into 415, that is 1608 kilojoule of energy. Bonded in a 1608 kilojoule of energy. That much strength in methane molecule carbon is bonded. Likewise, we take in the product side. Here the carbon molecule, carbon atom. If we want to separate this carbon atom from the carbon molecule, carbon dioxide molecule, we have to break the two double bonds bonded to the oxygen atom. This means 2 into 804 kilojoule of energy must be given to separate the carbon atom from the carbon dioxide molecule. So here also the carbon is bonded in a strength of 2 into 804, that is 1608 kilojoule of energy. This means reactant and product side also the carbon is bonded in a strength of approximately same strength carbon atom is bonded. This means this carbon bonding and this carbon bonding is somewhat similar. Not this is more stronger or this is more stronger bond. We do not tell that because both carbon both in both molecules the carbon atom is bonded in a same strength. But we take that oxygen molecule. Here oxygen molecule is bonded in a strength of 498 kilojoule only. Because if we want to separate one oxygen atom from the oxygen molecule, we have to break this one double bond. For this we have to give 498 kilojoule of energy. This means we have to, this means in this molecule the oxygen atom is bonded in a oxygen molecule in a strength of 498 kilojoule of energy. Now let's see in the product side. Here also in carbon dioxide molecule we have to separate one oxygen atom. We have to break this oxygen double bond, carbon oxygen double bond, or this carbon oxygen double bond. We have to separate one oxygen atom. So any one bond is, so we break the any one bond. For this we have to give only 804 kilojoule of energy. Here we see that 498 kilojoule of energy is only needed to separate one oxygen atom. But here we have to give 804 kilojoule of energy to break the, separate the oxygen atom from the carbon dioxide molecule. From this we get the point that carbon dioxide molecule, in carbon dioxide molecule the oxygen atom is bonded in more stronger way than in O2 molecule, because here we have to give a more amount of energy. This means we have to give lot of energy to break. So here more strongly binded. Here only 500 kilojoule of energy approximately. So compared to this less strongly bonded in oxygen molecule. In water molecule also the oxygen is bonded in a 927 kilojoule of energy, because we have to break these two OH bonds to separate the oxygen atom. So 927 kilojoule of energy is needed. Here also same 498 kilojoule of energy. So compared to the reactant side, in the product side the oxygen molecule is bonded in a more stronger way. So that we simply say that all the exothermic reactions, energy released from the combustion reactions are due to the more stronger bonding of the oxygen molecule than in O2 compared to the carbon dioxide and water molecule. The most of the energy released in exothermic energy, total energy. Here we see that the energy released, that in this reaction we have to see the energy released conditions, that is product bond energies minus reactant bond energies. From the calculations we take the bond energies addition and then subtracting, we get this is carbon dioxide both bond energies, total bond energies. This is H2O bond energies, this is CH4 bond energies, this is oxygen molecule bond energies. From this we calculate the exothermic energy, total exothermic energy released from this reaction, that is 806 kilojoule of energy. In this we take the inference that both the carbon atoms are in a similar, approximately similar bonding strength. So but in oxygen, the oxygen atom is bonded in the product side in a more stronger way. This means more amount of energy released while forming carbon dioxide and water molecule than in O2 molecule formation. So the most of the energy in the exothermic energy releases comes from the oxygen molecule transformation of O double bond O to C double bond O or H2O bonding. So from this only, so that we simply called as simply tell the energy released from the combustion reactions are due to the formation of the stronger C double bond O or H2O bond then O double bond O. So that we simply say that like that. This is from this we have a clear idea about where does the exothermic energy released of the combustion reactions comes from and what is the reason, like that.